Okay, one last video recording session for today, I promised. Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Last time we got our first star piece from a weird-looking fellow named Mac, and today we're exploring the sewers to head back to Tadpole Pond and see if we can learn anything from Mallow's grandpa. So, yeah, I won't lie, I feel like I'm a bit into it now. More than I thought it would be, but I guess that's partially because, like, literally before I started this playthrough, I just finished Persona 5. And Persona 5 is probably, like, one of the best turn-based RPGs I've ever played this generation. Like, I know some people will probably say, well, it's so popular, it's overrated, blah. It's like, God. Like, I understand there are some instances where some games will be overpraised, even in this day and generation and all, but I don't think Persona 5 is one of them. Persona 5 is a very good game. Go play it. Now. Alright, so this here is definitely the definition of a dungeon crawler-esque, like, level. Lots of mazes, lots of twists and turns. It's pretty easy to get lost here. In fact, I had a friend who played this game. She owned it, actually. I think she was the first person to actually end up telling me about this game. But she could never get past Kero Sewers, and I think I can kind of see why. Mostly, really, because it's just... I feel like this is when the game actually starts throwing puzzles and, like, actual, like, obstacles in your face, as opposed to it being extremely straightforward for it being the early game. But, I don't know. Interpret that as you will, I guess. Ooh, lucky. So we have a Boo, and then we have a weird-looking fellow called Shadow, all in the same game. That's not creepy at all. Yes. Alright, let's pay good attention. Okay, well at least I didn't lose anything. I swear, I used to be so good at that game when I was a kid too, but like, I don't know, I feel like my hand-eye coordination isn't as good as it used to be, I guess. Okay. I think this dude here is weak to fire, so let's give that a shot. Oh my god, he absolutely is. I just guessed. But then again, isn't it kind of traditional for, like, ghost-like enemies to be weak to fire anyway? Like, I don't know. Oh, got a flower for our troubles. Okay, so that pure water we just got, do not feel afraid to burn it whatsoever. Basically, what the pure water is... Oh, of course it goes after Mario. What the pure water is that it's pretty good for getting rid of ghosts instantaneously. You pour it on them once and they vanish. Not even kidding. So, go after the rat funk and then have Mallow throw water on them. Or I can just go again. Why not? Didn't have too much HP, I guess. But we got a lot of coins out of that exchange. Ah, shoot, I messed that up. So, you can't really just mash A when you're defending yourself from enemy onslaughts either. You kind of have to actually, like, time it perfectly. So, like, if you press A prematurely, then I guess the game kind of registers it in a way to where you can't really buffer the defense command again to, like, defend yourself from enemy onslaughts. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Don't jinx yourself, basically. That's what I'm saying. Ooh. I want that. Oh, okay. That can happen too. Yeah, just like any other traditional RPG, we got a fake. Better take it out. Okay, so he's not weak to fire. What is he weak to, then? not weak to thunder either. These guys are pretty absurdly strong too. Definitely not something to be taken lightly. Okay, so he's weak to jump. Alright. Oh. I thought that was going to be a special attack for a second. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Damn it. Get up. Told ya. These guys are like absurdly strong for no reason. Okay. Oh, we got a flower jar. Nice. And a true form pen. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and put that on right now. Because there's actually a boss coming up where he has an ability to turn your character into strange things, so to speak, and we don't want that happening now, do we? Oh yeah, and this place, like, I don't know if you couldn't tell already or not, but this level is very sequence breakable. And what I mean is that there's very specific spots where if you know what you're doing, you can actually cut across using specific jumps and just skip certain areas altogether. Very handy to have. Aw, man. Oh boy. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a pure water on this dude right here. And don't worry about running out of pure waters either, because these enemy encounters just kind of constantly throw them at you as it is anyway, so like, it's whatever. Alright, that Mallow basically just got muted, so he can't use special moves. But as I've said before, I'm not too concerned about that because it's going to wear off anyway after the battle, so no harm, no foul. Awesome. Level up. We got super jump too. Going for the attack. Okay, I think we're getting close. Could be totally wrong though. But yeah, despite this place being maze-like, the enemies shouldn't pose too much of a threat. Alright, cool. Level 6. Psychopath. Alright, this skill is awesome. So basically what it does is that it lets you see the HP of your enemies, and it also kind of lets you see like what goes on in an enemy's head. It's pretty cool to test out. In fact, it's actually one of those things that adds a little bit of replay value to this game. Try it out on every enemy, and you actually get to see what they think. And some of the stuff you actually see from enemies is pretty fucking hilarious. So, all right, yeah, attack power. What? Did I mean to come here? Okay. Shoot, I'm already starting to get lost somewhat. Skip that dude. Again, it's been years since I played this game, so like my memory is certainly not perfect, I can tell you that much. What's going on here? Okay, Alright, this is where we wanted to be. I know it for a fact. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my jellies. Okay, yeah, that's definitely what we wanted to do. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, though. I just saw Detective Pikachu yesterday, and I don't know what to feel about it, honestly. Detective Pikachu is like one of those movies where I can't really say a whole lot for the stories and the characters because I just couldn't really get into it. But I feel like I kind of liked it for the wrong reasons, if really only because of Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds being the guy who plays Deadpool in the live action movies, and I feel like... Is he? Could be wrong. By the way, I felt like the whole time of me just sitting down watching Detective Pikachu, it kind of felt like it was a PG version of Deadpool where like Ryan Reynolds and his performance with Pikachu just kind of carried the whole movie for me. I don't, like, I'm just gonna straight up say it right now. If it weren't for Pikachu himself and Ryan Reynolds' performance with him, I think the movie would have been bad. Like, prove me wrong. I didn't really like a whole lot about the movie, but like Ryan Reynolds just like turned what would be a very generic movie into a very salvageable one for me. And that feels like such an awful thing to say, but I'm not the kind of guy you can easily please with movies anyhow, so it's like whatever. Anywho, we're coming up to the end of the area. I just know we had to come through here and get rid of the water first before we can move forward. Because the boss is down here. Yeah, it definitely feels like this dungeon kind of feels like you're moving around in one different circle. Because you have so many pipes going to different places, and some of them just kind of take you back to like an area that was just like behind where you were before. And yeah, this place can get very confusing very quickly, and you just have to know like the right area to go. But yeah, tip of advice, come through here and then jump down to here, drain the water, you're good to go. Okay, so it looks like our boss is coming up here soon. Wait a second, what's up with that? I wonder if this is like one of those games similar to Terradigma where like just one level up is all it takes for it to mean a huge difference between like all of the enemy encounters you run into for whether or not they'll be extremely difficult or really piss easy. Could be. Because I certainly couldn't answer that question confidently. Man, quit going for Mario! Go for Mallow! He's got the antidote pen! What is this RNG? Maybe I should have given Mario the antidote pen. I don't fucking know. Dang. I'd like to see if I can find a pipe that goes up there. Alright, I give up. I can't seem to find that pipe, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and fight the boss. I like how he's just sort of sitting here while he lets us inspect him, I guess. And it's a snack attack, and you're it. Uh-oh. Alright, so let's try out our new skill, Super Jump. So, it's like Jump, except every time you press Y upon landing on an enemy or a foe, you can do it multiple times. There's actually a reward you can get for doing it 100 times, but here's the thing. The more jumps you do, especially once you get past 10, the harder it gets to actually be able to keep the rhythm going, and it's a lot more difficult than you'd think it is, keeping the super jump train going. And I think it only really works on normal enemies. I don't think you can really do it to bosses, but let's try out Psychopath. Yeah, and if you press Y at the right time, you get more information out of him. Alright, so it looks like he has 500 HP. Ooh, got a lot of damage. Let's see here. Let's put on some more honey syrup. God, you run out of FP so fast in this game. I never really realized that until now. Probably because I'm always the kind of guy who burns their MP and special moves when I'm playing RPGs. Oh yeah, and there's that move I was telling you about where, yeah, we got the true form pen, so it's not going to do anything to us, and we're all good. Awesome. Just a little bit more. Okay, didn't get in as many as we did before, but I'll take 118. I think I'll put myself on defense. Oh. Oh yeah, he can eat your party member and leave Mario alone while you go and do your thing. That's something to look out for. Whew! 154. I think I got in more jumps than usual that time. Yeah. That doesn't sound too promising. And of course he says that after the fact. Wait, why'd you jump off of it? You dork! You big plushy marshmallow dork. Okay, so I guess this became less of a death threat and more of a, oh hi, we're gonna make a minigame out of this sort of situation. Yeah, why not? I haven't played this game in ages. Oh yeah, this game has a lot of minigames. I forgot to mention that. If you love Final Fantasy VII, you'll love this game. In fact, I'd actually argue the minigames in this are actually pretty freaking good, and you don't see me saying that pretty often. Especially considering that most of them tend to be pretty bad. And check out the caves on the way there too, because sometimes you might run into a little special something as you're making headway towards the waterfall on the way down. I'm gonna grab that frog coin. Frog coins are kind of like the alternate currency of the game. Like you have normal coins, and then you have the green coins, which are frog coins. Frog coins gain you access to different purchasable things that you could get later on that we'll be finding out about at Tadpole Pond. But they come in much rarer quantities, so keep on the lookout for those, basically. It's kind of funny watching all the enemies sit there bicker and bitch over a stupid flower point. Or flower attack, whatever. Oh, if I would have taken that route, I would have gotten a lot more coins. Huh. Alright, so it looks like there's a two-parter for this one. Okay. I wasn't expecting. But... Okay, so basically you want to keep on the lookout for the path that you think might get you the most coins. So you have to kind of pick and choose between finding paths that have more coins just based off of RNG, really. It's really hard to tell how many coins are on a certain path until it's already too late. Like that. Like, I thought that other path had more coins, but apparently not. Really? I couldn't avoid that. Whatever. Kind of hard to avoid, too, because they just kind of pop up right as you're jumping. It's not cool. Okay. That's interesting to know. Received a knock-knock shell. Okay. I didn't know what that was when I first played this game, but yeah, the knock-knock shell, he literally just straight up gave you a free weapon. So, let's switch it out for that. Awesome. And we'll probably end up selling the hammer later because it's not like Mallow can use it. And I think that's going to do it for this video. So next time on Let's Play Super Mario RPG, we're going to go to Tadpole Pond and talk with Frog Fuchsius. So see you guys then.